What up YouTube, it's your boy Stella, back again with another video. And today's topic, I'll be talking about sacrificing. So if you're interested in the topic, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Let's go. You know, when I read books by entrepreneurs or these by successful entrepreneurs, I realized that they sacrificed a lot. Like really, they sacrificed a lot. They sacrificed comforts. They sacrificed certainty. They sacrificed security. They actually sacrificed a lot, and that's when it hit me. Like, to be successful, you have to sacrifice. It will be very difficult to be successful without sacrificing anything. For example, here's another example. Um, let's say you want to have a six pack. If you want to have a six pack, then you will have to sacrifice eating junk food in order for you to get the six pack and to keep it. So in anything we do in life, we always have to sacrifice. Always. For example, another quick example. Another quick example. If you want to excel at school, then you sacrifice social media. You spend less time on social media. You spend less time doing. You will spend less time on activities, on entertainment activities, or if such a thing exists, or such a word exists, on activities that provide entertainment but not a lot of value. So that's what you'll sacrifice in order to perform well at school. So Stella, tell why out of all topics do you choose to speak about sacrifice? Well, the number one reason I decided on this video I'll be talking about sacrifice is because not acknowledging, even the fact, if you don't acknowledge that you will have to sacrifice a lot of things to reach a high level of success, you are playing with fire if you don't acknowledge that. Because the more you acknowledge it, the clearer it becomes. Because it's better to live in reality than to it's better to be a person who lives in like 100% reality than to be a delusional person. And the sooner we understand that everything worth having requires sacrifice, the better. Because the more I read books by people who are great, by people who are good in their field, by people who are very good at what they do, people who are part of the 10% in their fields, the more I realize the importance of sacrificing. Because if you don't sacrifice, it's most likely that you won't experience any progress, or you will experience progress, but this will be most likely slow progress. You'll be moving very, very slowly. So a quick example of like sacrifice, or like the type of sacrifice I'm talking about today. If you want to get a six pack, you'll have to sacrifice junk food. Like, everyone knows that. Like, you have to sacrifice junk food in order to be able to get a six pack. And even you to after getting that six pack, to be able to sustain the six pack, or to be able to keep that six pack, you will have to watch what you eat and do cardio and stuff like that. And to be successful, I believe, like, I'm not successful, but this is just what I believe. I believe you have to sacrifice, and it's only recently that I really started sacrificing. Ever since 2022 began, I took the concept of sacrifice very, very seriously. I took it very seriously. Now I'm not afraid of sacrificing. I just sacrifice. For example, on weekends, I used to take break on weekends. Now I work on weekends. Maybe later on the day I could like take a break or whatever, or on Sunday after I've done everything I wanted to do that weekend. Now I'm able to like take a not just rest, but sacrificing sacrificing social media, sacrificing time with family, sacrificing comfort. Because if you want to be great, right, if you really want to be great, if you want to be great, it's whatever you are doing. And this goes, this is what I believe. If you want to be great, that's anything you are doing. You have to remember, or you have to keep in your mind that you are competing. Right now, you are competing with someone. I am also competing with other people, and I don't know them. And if it so happens that they sacrifice more than me in such a way, they sacrifice in such a way that it increases their productivity, they sacrifice comfort for the growth of their careers or for the growth of their skills or whatever, then when I compete with them, I'm most likely to lose. You are most likely to lose. So let's say we have two students who will be writing the exam in 2 weeks' time. This is student 1, and this is student 2. Student 1 chooses to, you know what, for me, in order for me to pass this exam, I will do everything. Person 1 decides to do everything in their power to make the odds of them passing that exam high. So what do? They say no social media. They say 1 hour of TV time. They say I sleep for 8 hours so that I can wake up refreshed. They say I'll work out every day so that, you know, just to make themselves feel better. So they're like, okay, I'm going to make these sacrifices in order for me to pass my exam. Then we have student 2. Student 2 is like, okay, I'll try to pass this exam. I won't watch. They'll be like, okay, every day I studied that for 30 minutes. I'll just study for 30 minutes. And I will watch TV. I will do everything. I'll do everything at once. I don't want to sacrifice anything. So, 2 weeks later, both students write the exam. But student 1 is most likely to do well on the exam than student 2. Given that the student like have the same mental power, like they have the same mental power. No, both of these students have the same mental power. Both the students' intelligence is equal. Then most likely that student 1 is going to do well. Why? Because they decided to sacrifice everything so that they can perform better, so that they can do well. Anything that you do, we all have to sacrifice something. You know, we have to sacrifice something, one way or other. And if you don't sacrifice now by choice, something later on will force you to sacrifice. And I just thought I should share this with. I just thought I should share this with everyone, you know, because it has really changed the way I move. It has really changed the way I move and the way I see things. Because what should be in our heads, if you're a person like me, who like really wants to succeed, who wants to be in the top 10% of the world, and you know what you have to sacrifice. I know in order to be at the top 10% in the world, I have to sacrifice time with family, sacrifice time with friends, I have to sacrifice relationships. There's a whole lot of this. There's a whole lot of things I gotta sacrifice. Maybe at some point, even this YouTube channel. You know, and if it does come down to it, I will not hesitate. To like, okay, out, move. Because at the end of the day, we have to do what we have to do to reach our goals. You know, we should take our mission very seriously in life. Because at the end of the day, you are most likely not going to regret the sacrifices. The things you are not. There's a high likelihood that you won't regret sacrificing whatever you sacrifice, but you will regret not sacrificing. You will regret living in comfort. You will regret not trying your best, not putting your best foot forward. Because when I look back at and even like 2018, all those years, I do regret not sacrificing anything. I do regret living my life like just. I always say this. I do regret cruising through life. Not taking ownership, not being in the driver's seat. Nah, not basically being a passenger on my own life. So it's about time to start taking back control and be the driver of our lives. The masters of our destiny. So that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe, and comment whatever opinion you have about this video.